Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Made in Abyss. I almost said Mob Psycho. Made in Abyss Season 2, Episode 11. I just got done watching Mob Psycho as one of my Patreon shows, so it's just like in my mind sometimes. But anyway, episodes last. Yep, that one was crazy. We had Reg versus Faputa, and rather than it being like, I mean, there was some fighting, obviously, and everything, but the main thing for me was the trip down memory lane of, the things that Reg has forgotten about meeting Faputa the first time and making this promise to eradicate the village, and then afterwards they'd go adventure together, kind of thing. But then Reg went up to the surface, knowing that if he used his incinerator again, something bad might happen. Used it again to save Rico, and then lost his memories and forgot all of this. So pretty crazy stuff. But we also had in the beginning the whole meaty stuff with Nanachi and everything, which was sad, seeing her have to say goodbye again, but also kind of beautiful that she was able to return Nanachi to her like she promised with her own hands, rather than like the last time it happened, having to have Reg do it with the incinerator. So, but yeah, we ended the episode with like Reg had Faputa pinned down, and then Faputa seemed to reverse it, and the last shot was Faputa like pushing Reg down and being on top of him. So I'm sure we're gonna pick up from there and see what happens. So let's get started, shall we, guys? All right, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. My beard's getting so long it's getting caught in my shirt. I was wondering why it looks so weird. It like distracted me a little bit. Still all wet. I just got out of the shower. Uh, you're also naive. Foolish. Yep, and that's the last shot we had, and now we have the opening. I don't think we had the opening last episode, right? One thing I did notice was when Faputa got healed, it was like the goop that is like a part of Iramui went around her and then fell off and she was healed. So I wonder if there's a way to stop that goop, which would that then get rid of Faputa's immortality, kind of thing. I don't know. Just a thought, but I literally have no idea where we're going, because I don't really want Faputa to die, but obviously I don't want our characters to die, and I kind of feel bad for the village folk too. So like, how do we resolve this? I mean, that's the thing about Made in Abyss, though, is it might not resolve in a happy way. We might lose one or the other, kind of thing. I can't even express the discomfort I feel seeing Iramui be so happy in the opening, and then knowing what she turned into, and the idea that she could be like extremely angry about how it all went down, kind of thing, just really disturbs me. Value. Rip. God damn it. Whoa, he looks different. Oh, he's still up. Oh. Commanding Droimo now. Uh-oh. God damn it. Even them? Even Rico? I don't have faith that anything can stand a chance if Reg didn't. Oh shit! Really? He stopped them. Jeez. No. Hmm. Damn, so that's possible. Interesting. What is that? Jesus! Oh, that was Bailoff, wasn't it? Holy shit. Fishing lure kind of thing? Is Nanachi direct? Oh my god, that was a badass shot! Oh, that looks so cool. Dude, Nanachi's a badass. And Bailoff. Look at that outfit. It's all those little Adorbies. Oh. So it looks like they were more than one part, it seems. Oh shit. I knew Bailoff was making a move, but I didn't realize it was gonna be like this. Oh Jesus. Hmm. Shit. Memories? He can give memories, right? Oh. Hmm. Giving himself up. Oh. Memories. Oh. Damn. God damn. Uh. Oh man. If those flashbacks went on any longer, I think it would have broke me. I started tearing up there with just a few of the shots and that musical track in the background. Whew. Thought I was about to start crying, man. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Ugh. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. I'm in real hot water. Ugh. He's just peacing out. Ugh. I actually get so damn emotional every time I see Iramui. It's ridiculous. Oh. Shit! She gonna attack that thing? Protect it? Hmm. Oh shit! Oh. Oh no, it's the big guy. Fuck. Not good. What do you do now, Faputa? Good god, there's so much shit happening. Oh my god, there's so many! Are they, like, banding together? Oh my god! Jesus. So I guess it's just... Oh, this guy again, too. Dude, does Faputa, like, use the cradles within her to, like, protect the village kind of thing? After everything? Well, Faputa's fighting them now. Jeez. Giant ass skunk things. There's so many different creatures. Ugh. Holy shit. Whoa, whoa. That animation. Oh my god. Jesus. Ugh. Paputa's just gonna go inside this thing and destroy it from the inside. Oh. Ugh. Uh. Jesus. Because it's pretty fucked up seeing this. Oh, God. Oh. Protecting. Uh. The thingy. They said it several times. The Turbinid dragon or something like that. Ugh. Are there only one of these things? What was that? I mean, that seemed like a reg thing, right? But it was just like one little fire. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Jeez. What the fuck? Oh. Good God. Did they bring her in and help her? Feeding themselves? Jeez. Is it the same person feeding themselves, or... Or is it different ones giving parts of themselves? Whoa, look at that. Wow, so they're willing to feed themselves. Doubts? Well, all healed up. Ugh. Uh-oh. Jeez. There's two! There are more than one of those things. I figured, I mean, it makes sense that there would be. Got some gold highlights. Whoa! What? Wait, what? Wait. Is that... What? Man, they do a lot with Vaputa's eyes, don't they? With the different states that they go into depending on her mental state throughout all of these encounters with her. Up to here, where she got like kind of, it reminded me a little bit of like when Reg puts his helmet on, the symbols that show up in the circle there. Does that just have to do with the Cradle of Desires? Like, they reminded us that she has 3 of them within her. So is she like... Because, like, I mean, who knows what's possible with those? I don't know. I don't know what those symbols mean, and it had like a digital kind of feel to it. So, like, is she like utilizing those Cradles of Desires to somehow turn herself closer to like Gabu kind of thing? I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I feel like that's crazy to say, but this show's freaking crazy. Alrighty, guys, that is it for episode 11. God damn, how many episodes are in this season? I guess I don't really know, but there are... Do I look it up? I'm not gonna look it up, it's fine. Either way, man, I wrote down like 2 things, and then I was just invested in watching the rest. It was like... God, that moment when Nanachi and Balaf showed up was just... That shot of Nanachi in that, like, new armor stuff that she has from the little ones that followed her outside the barrier last episode, with friggin' Balaf behind her with all his glory. Like, he's like so damn cool looking. And but yeah, like that shot was just amazing. I kind of want to go back and just sit at that shot again. There was another one too where it zoomed in a little bit as well, and that one was great too. But good lord, it was like... Yeah, because we saw the... Where was it? Oh, there it is. Man! Balaf looks so damn cool. Okay. Yeah, I have that up now. Man, I almost want to like change my wallpaper to that. But it was a brutal episode, wasn't it? With all of the just the lack of censoring in comparison to some shows. It's really interesting because I imagine it has to do with whether or not, like, where the show airs, right? It has to do a lot with it, like, maybe also time slot, too. Because I don't know if Made in Abyss is airing on, like, TV. Whereas there's other animes where they air on TV, which means they have to adhere to certain ratings, and they can't be as, like, I'm talking for, like, in Japan kind of thing, you know? They can't be as graphically intense, but Made in Abyss has always had its really messed up moments. But the past few episodes, like even last episode with Faputa eating a bunch of the people, just tearing them apart limb from limb kind of thing, and like getting inside them and tearing them apart from the inside out and all that, it was crazy. Like, and now this episode, between the different fights and everything going on, the creatures invading and just tearing Faputa apart, Faputa tearing some of them apart, it was just madness and so graphic, and you just see chunks coming out of Faputa and everything. It's, oh man, it was disturbing, but really, like, I found myself not as disturbed with that because I was feeling so emotional for every scene that we got where it was showing Iramui, and even in the opening, they did such a good job of giving us, like, just enough of Iramui. Like, when we first saw Iramui, I felt bad for her. I was like, okay, this kid, you know, exiled from her village because she couldn't have kids, that's fucked up and everything. And I didn't feel all that attached to Iramui. But then as Iramui got closer to Vueko, I started getting a little bit attached, and then we stopped seeing a lot of that stuff. And we flashed back to a couple of things, but then it started getting like messed up and weird as soon as she started taking in the cradles of desire and everything. And then I started getting a little more disgusted. But now, like, now that we're getting little bits from just watching the opening again and again, of just seeing Iramui smiling and happy after we know what she turns into, and then also this episode having Balaf give Faputa a taste of the memories that he has of them back then and everything, and just seeing Iramui again, like, I was just... If any of those scenes went on just a little bit longer, I would have had tears streaming, like, for real. The first time, it almost had me. When they first started showing some of those memories. And then the second time, it really started to, like, my eyes were straight up, like, filling up with water and everything. But then we start moving on to other things, and it distracts me. They kind of did a good job of just not. It's almost like they didn't want to emotionally abuse the audience too hard. Obviously, I don't know that they really took this into consideration or anything like that, but it felt like they spaced it out enough with, like, showing you other stuff in between that it was enough to be like, okay, you're starting to get really emotional. Okay, let's distract you. Okay, you're starting to get emotional again. Okay, let's distract you again, kind of thing. But man, so Reg lost the fight. He is down for the count. I didn't really get to see. I think he's just, like, scraped up. I don't think, like, he didn't lose any other parts, right? He still just had his hand missing. I think he just passed out, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, like, time ran up because he used the incinerator, right? And then Faputa showed up and he never got to take the rest, which means it might not have even been that Faputa beat Reg. It might have been that Reg ran out of time and just passed out because he used incinerator, kind of thing. But yeah, like, the idea of there will come a time when like Faputa has to decide her own value, kind of thing, and basically Bailoff gave up his life, which originally he was willing to do that already. He wanted to die after everything that happened to Iramui and everything, and now he has the perfect chance to give up his life in order to show Faputa the past and show that maybe not everything is as simple as you think, of like, hey, come in here and destroy everything. Basically, Bailoff successfully made Faputa doubt herself. Granted, she still was eating the people towards the end, but at the same time, they were also feeding themselves to her, and they were saying, like, they were kind of, like, willing. They were like, oh, you're my princess. If I can just become a little bit of your value, then you can consume me, kind of thing. So those ones were a little bit more willing, seemingly, although they were only giving parts, and then it seemed like she, like, took more than what they were giving her. But either way, I'm sure, I don't know, it doesn't matter whether they consent or not, because I'm sure Faputa would have done it regardless. But it was pretty crazy that after everything that happened, there's still this part of the people in this village that just really, what am I trying to get at? They just find themselves not trusting, but, like, feeling bad for Faputa and wanting to help her, kind of thing. Like, we even had, shoot, I wrote down her name, didn't I? The one that's protecting, Mugi, I think is what it was. Mugi protecting, the one protecting Rico, was saying, like, I know she's, like, here to destroy us and consume us and everything, but I can't help but feel bad watching this, kind of thing. And, like, I mean, I feel the same way. Granted, I'm not really super connected on either side, right? Like, this town has always seemed a little sketchy to me, but then also Faputa is, whenever you have someone that's driven by the sole purpose of revenge, that's a little scary. So I've always had, like, ever since we found that out, I've been a little apprehensive about Faputa and everything. But yeah, I definitely see where Mugi's coming from, where it's like you're watching Faputa be torn apart by these creatures, and that was crazy too. I did not expect that with the barrier that's protecting this village falling apart. Just hordes of monsters see the opportunity to just get some easy food, and they just rush right in. And we had two of those, I think I wrote it down one time. I don't even know if I got the name right. I think I wrote it down like right towards the beginning of the show, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Whoop, 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 whoop. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I did, I guess. The Turbinid Dragon or whatever. I'm probably getting that wrong, but either way, those big like primeval beasts is what Nanachi was calling them. I believe Nanachi was the one that said it. But those things are crazy. I wonder. I mean, I imagine now with the seemingly increased strength of Faputa, that Faputa might take them down. I'm really curious about how that's gonna go. But things have just gone so crazy where it was about Faputa coming to the village to kill everyone, and then Reg and them have this fight where we're reminiscing with the past and everything, and all that was crazy. And then it's just like, oh, all of a sudden Reg's just out, and now we have Faputa left to destroy everything. But no, we have Balaf coming in to throw some memories in the mix and give Faputa doubts, and then we have all of these other creatures coming in, and now things are crazy, and Faputa's like, you could just see that Faputa was like so confused at whether she wants to, like, I even think Faputa, there was a part of Faputa that wanted to protect the villagers, but then she also couldn't get it out of her head that her goal is to destroy them, so she was saying like, oh, don't you dare take my prey, using that as the excuse to fight the monsters kind of thing, rather than fighting the villagers. And I don't think that it was entirely that. Like, I don't think Faputa was just stopping, like, killing the monsters just so she can then kill them later. I think deep down Faputa's realizing that maybe this isn't what she wants, kind of thing. But it's got to be hard to fundamentally go against everything that you've believed in, like, since the moment of Faputa's creation. She's had this desire for revenge, and who knows how long ago that was that Faputa was created. I don't know how many years have passed for these people. It could have been a long time, but yeah, it's just insane what we're seeing here. I did not. If you go back to season 1, I did not at all expect that this is the kind of shit we'd be seeing in season 2. I could have never predicted any of this. Like, it's insane, but it's compelling. I don't know. It's compelling and it's disturbing, and it's just like, what the fuck am I watching sometimes? Like, man, it's hard to say whether I truly enjoy it or not, kind of thing, because it just like sways my emotions all over the place. But I think I do. It's so different from most shows that I watch, because most shows that I watch, I feel like I have like a pretty good idea of where they're going. Like, Fire Force is the show that I watch after this one. And I have a pretty good idea about, obviously they surprise me every now and then with the way that things develop, but like the overall stuff, a lot of the stuff I was like, oh, there's probably someone that creates infernals in that show, and then we get realization that there is, and just like a lot of, like, I'm able to theorize what is going to happen, and it ends up coming true, kind of thing. Whereas this show, I feel like I try to, like, I feel like I've just given up for the most part of trying to theorize about what's going to happen, and I really just talk about what happened in the episode, because I have no idea. Like, for all I know, Reg could wake up, incinerate all the monsters again, and save Faputa. Faputa and Reg live happily ever after. Rico dies, and Nanachi becomes god of the abyss or something. And it just, like, everything goes fucked, right? Like, who knows with this show? I have no idea, but yeah. Alright, what some of the things I wrote down, okay, I kind of covered. I wrote down, like, Iramui in opening because I wanted to talk about that, and then they started showing the flashbacks in the episode, and I was like, well, that's why they showed us the opening this episode. But But they mentioned the idea of Prushka being drained. That was one of the things. That was the only other thing I wrote down. I wrote down Iram Ewing in opening, and then I wrote down Prushka drained. So apparently, it's interesting because there's obviously a power to these objects and different things and different relics in the abyss, and it makes sense that they would have a limited use kind of thing. But it's just interesting when you think about Prushka being filed down into a whistle. You would think you'd just be able to keep blowing that whistle, but there's still that connection there where there's still like whatever that power is. You know, I guess you could think of it like a mana bar in a video game where Prushka needs to recover her mana in order for Rico to be able to blow the whistle again, sort of thing. So I guess that's also a good plot reason as to why we can't just have Rico constantly blow the whistle to empower, boost Reg's offensive capabilities or whatever it does to Reg that seems to make him stronger. But yeah, makes sense. Man, the Gabu scenes, seeing him just get stomped and beaten down, and the fact that Gabu jumped in front of Faputa's attack, and just that that guttural reaction from Faputa after was heartbreaking too, because as soon as Faputa knew what she did, she was like, why'd you do that? Like, you're supposed to protect me and everything. And in a way, Gabu was. He's, the way he saw it is, if you go through with this, then you're going to be broken for the rest of your life. So I'm trying to protect your future, kind of thing. Oh man, it was just so good, so good. But oh god, okay. What else was there? There was one other thing I feel like that was like fairly important that I want to talk, because I want to talk about the Gabu scene. I've talked about a lot of the other scenes, but I felt like there was one more thing. Oh, right, yes. The apparent plan that has been forged by Wazukyan. Seemingly he is hoping, from what I understand, he is hoping that Rico gets injured. Faputa sees, at least this is like Nanachi's hunch anyway. Rico gets injured. Reg gets like extremely emotional over Rico being hurt. That makes Faputa upset and triggers a change in Faputa that makes her want to end up helping save Rico. Rico gets some of Faputa's flesh, I guess, in order to heal her. And because Faputa is like made up of 3 cradles of desire, the idea is that would grant, if I understood it right, that would grant Rico the ability to make a wish. And because Rico's sole desire is go adventuring kind of thing, he's hoping that she would become a vessel that they could then go inside of, that they could travel down into the abyss with, I assume, if I'm understanding it right. I could try to go back to the scene maybe if I could find it, but Also, it was kind of interesting. I stopped right here on the close-up of a Cradle of Desire. It's really interesting that the Cradle of Desire, the very bottom of it, has these like little wire design. It almost reminds me of Wazukyan's like arm finger things that he like shoots out everywhere. I mean, it's obviously not that, but it's just interesting that design just, like, I had that feeling briefly during the episode. Okay, but I found the part. The conditions are already in place. Imagine the worst. So this is Nanachi imagining the worst case scenario. Riko gets injured in the commotion and she's on the verge of death. Right? Yep. Then the princess, for some reason, perhaps to win back Reg's heart. Right. Gives Riko a piece of herself, and in like the little video we see just like a part of her flesh, which I guess maybe can heal people if they consume it. What will the wish granting power make come true? And she starts thinking about Riko's desire. Yeah. You're the only one, Riko. The only one who pleads to go adventuring again while on the brink of death. So this is the part I wanted to see. All that I remembered. And make them all into something beyond human. Revamping them into a force that will challenge the Golden City. Riko Village. Ugh, I hate the imagery. A kind of blessing device. Okay. It's very interesting too, because if we think about what we know about the show, and this is something I thought about during the episode, but there was just so much going on I didn't want to stop and talk about it. But when we look at the show and think about it, there was that device in the opening that has a similar kind of thing that you have to go through. I didn't really put two and two together, honestly, right away. But the entering Iramui, like when Iramui was the village, went through this like membrane stuff, which is very similar to the device that brings them up and down from the abyss, or from the what are they on? They're on the 5th layer, right? Or the 6th? I think this might be the 6th layer. But either way, it brings them up from the Golden City up to the next layer kind of thing, or brings them down. Obviously, people can't travel back up, but it brings people down kind of thing. And does that mean that that device that is there to travel up and down, was that another child at one point in time in the past that was given a cradle of desire and became that elevator? That's pretty dark to think about. I wonder if we're ever gonna get like an answer to that, right? Like, we can now speculate, and then there was a hollow inside of it that had a whistle at one point, right? That would control it going up and down for people. That's how the original that's how the original Suicide Squad got down here. Was using that, and then at some point, I don't think that's there anymore. I think whenever Bondrewd started ruling that area, maybe he got rid of that hollow kind of thing. But I wonder if there's a story there that's involved with that hollow, that whistle, and the elevator itself kind of thing. And I wonder, like, it's like how that was all created kind of thing. I feel like that'd be another dark story kind of thing, but it's interesting because now that I think about it, like, this episode triggered that thought in my mind, seeing them, like, the idea that they're trying to make like basically another Iramui village kind of thingy, but one that might be mobile is what that's the impression I got. Because, like, why would his plan, if he wants to go adventuring again, be to just create another village, even though it did kind of look stationary, right? In the little clip they showed us. But yeah. He ended up just grabbing Voiko and jumping down a pit, so I don't know. Like, I do wonder what... It's really... Wazukyan is such an interesting character because I don't know whether he's supposed to be the villain, a good guy, if he's just looking out for his own self-interest, if he is looking out for everyone else's interests. Like, what... Like, he did try to protect the village a bit by spreading himself thin like he did. But, like, I have such a hard time getting a grasp on what he wants and what he's doing kind of thing. It's pretty crazy, but yeah. Anyways, guys, crazy episode. I mean, I don't even know where we go from here. Like, obviously, I imagine we're gonna see Faputa fighting these creatures, and then what though? Do we manage to get Faputa to give up on the idea of destroying the village? And the village is already crumbling. So, like, what becomes of it after this? I have no idea. I think there could be a little bit of poeticness with Faputa having this having these cradles within her. Is it possible that she could become a catalyst, like transform her own body in order to fix the holes that have been created in the membrane of the village because she has a change of heart and decides to protect the village? I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be it from me, guys. I think we're going to have to see more in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more content from me. All kinds of shows on there that aren't released yet, and early access for some of the other stuff that I do. Not for this one, because I watch it as it airs, obviously. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Link in the description, or it should be popping up on the screen. And I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.